Before you book that trip to Ghana, let me save you from 3 of the mistakes that everybody makes when they come here. Mistake number 1, booking an Airbnb that looks nice but is nowhere close to where you need to be. Do not make that mistake. People will lie and say that their Airbnb is super close to everything. You need to fact check that. Mistake number 2, going to all the hyped restaurants. Listen, people on TikTok be lying, okay? And one thing Ghana does really well is aesthetic. There are a select few that do aesthetic and good food at the same time.
Hello guys, welcome to the Cash Official. According to this lady, before you book that flight to Accra, there are 3 important things you need to fact check, okay? She talked about your Airbnb or your apartment. She also talked about the large restaurant and where you are supposed to have that good food to eat. And she also talked about the closeness of where you stay to event centers, okay? And she's really on this. She articulated that you need to fact check all of these things before you book that flight to Accra. And you know what is interesting about this video? She actually has a book on this, okay? And I'm gonna play you the video to understand how and why she's saying this. So let's dive into it.
Before you book that trip to Ghana, let me save you from 3 of the mistakes that everybody makes when they come here. Mistake number 1, booking an Airbnb that looks nice but is nowhere close to where you need to be. Baby, you are going to hate your life. You are going to be stuck in traffic for hours, especially during the December if that's when you're going. Do not make that mistake. People will lie and say that their Airbnb is super close to everything. You need to fact check that. Or you just need to get my guide so you know exactly where to stay. Mistake number 2, going to all the hyped restaurants. Listen, people on TikTok be lying, okay? And one thing Ghana does really well is aesthetic. There are a select few that do aesthetic and good food at the same time. You might pull up and everything looks stunning, but the worst thing is when you just spent $60 to $100 and you're saying to yourself, damn, I just spent that on some mid food. We don't do that over here. You know, see on the fluffy, we only eat good food on this side. Number 3. And this one might be a big one. Not knowing where the real soft life is, the spas, the lounges, the vibey spots, like not knowing where the real hidden gems are. You want to be in places that make you feel like Accra is yours. That's where all the memories are made. These are the places that are going to make you want to not return home, okay? And I want you to experience that, which is exactly why I made the ultimate Ghana playbook. You guys have asked me for years and it's finally here. All my approved spots, all of the ones that made me extend my trip multiple times. I even include a list of places that did me dirty, places that I need you to avoid so that you don't waste your vacation in these people's establishments. It's available now. It's $27. Do not land in Ghana without it.
Yeah, so I feel like what this lady is talking about really, really makes sense. Imagine you coming to a country or coming to a place and where the event is happening way far from where you stay. And imagine, in Christmas seasons, especially in Accra, traffic situation is very high and you stay at the very far end. You have to transport yourself from there to the event center. And then it could be that by the time you get there, the exciting part are really even gone, okay? So it is important that you fact check where you stay. You fact check the closeness of where you stay to where you want to party, okay? It is really important, okay? So you should really make sure that these things are really on point and you are really assured of where exactly you are staying here in Accra, okay? But mind you, there are some places, if you want to stay in Accra, due to its proximity to such places, may cost you. But if you are prepared, there's no problem. You can still stay in those areas. But then there are other areas who are not that close but a bit closer, which may also cost less, okay? So take that in notice. She talked about food and she was like, Ghana love aesthetics. No, we do not love aesthetics, okay? Ghana do not love aesthetics. Whatever Ghana put out there is what we have, is what is at stake. But just find a way to know that possibly the place that you are going to eat, the food will be nice, okay? That is the only thing you should know. It's nice, it looks very great, but then the food might not meet your standard, okay? So you have to be able to find a place where you can, that is why it's also important that before you come, you do some little bit of research to understand or to know some of these places where you would love to go and eat. Because hey, if you don't do that, possibly you may find out or you may enter a place where you may not really like the way their food is, or it could be that you may like their food, but the way the waitress may serve you or how the food is served, you may not love it or you may not like it. All right, so you need to do some background check before you do that. Okay, because hey, December in Accra or December in Ghana is late. All right, so people are busy, people are doing stuff, so you need to find where you yourself will go to have fun or to go and eat. And she also talked about making sure that the place you booked exactly where you are getting. Many times, sometimes it happens to people and they do not even know what to do. Some have to change it overly, others have to accept their fate like that. Okay, but then hey, before you come to Accra, you must ensure that wherever you booked is exactly where you are going to be, because some people may tell you this is exactly where they go for you, but you come and they take you to a different place. Okay, so you must ensure, fact check all of this before you step foot in Accra. Okay, so that it wouldn't be like, hey, you came for a holiday in your mind which is packed with excitement, so much fun and events here and there, but hey, you may end up as somebody who is almost lost and do not even know what you're about to do here. Okay, so just find a time, especially if you are coming to Ghana this December, find a time to just fact check all of these things that we mentioned in the video to be sure of where you would love to be. Okay, so that hey, you can really have the fullness of the fun you want to create in Ghana. This is Education Official. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and keep your comment coming through. Peace out.